Oh, yeah. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Happy Hump Day.
Well, it's been the story of the day, Bill Belichick, who will get into the Hall of Fame, but it shocked a lot of people that he did not get in. Now, we've talked about this today. The strange thing about Hall of Fame voting is they just tweaked the voting. So now coaches can get in 1 year after they leave the sport. Players, doesn't matter if you're the greatest player in the world, you got to wait 5 years. But we said earlier, Don Shula is the winningest coach ever. He had to wait 5 years. For the record, Bill Walsh, arguably the most innovative coach ever, did not get in the first time he was eligible. Vince Lombardi didn't. And Joe Gibbs, who won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks, did not. But there's a sense with Belichick, I mean, come on, he's got this cachet of rings. And again, I would have voted him in. I get it. But my argument is, when you start looking at people who didn't get in, and they had to wait 5 years to begin with. Our next guest is somebody that waited far too long. One of the great coaches of all time, Jimmy Johnson, the Hall of Famer. Fox Sports is now joining us live down, as you know, in the Keys. So listen, I would have voted him in. But my take is, when a Lombardi or a Walsh or a Joe Gibbs or a Jimmy Johnson or a Parcells who won a Super Bowl with Jeff Hostetler and Sims, can you not argue, well, those guys had to wait. Why can't Bill? Isn't that a legit argument?
No, it's not. You're completely wrong, Colin, because coaches are a lot older than players. And you'd like to get the coach in before he's dead. And so, because of the age of coaches, it's not like, they're going to retire, when they're 31. They're going to retire when they're 65.
And we'll leave it right there. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Not really. I didn't do a video this morning on the way to work. Again, it was 4:45. It's a brisk. It's ridiculous here, people. I know it's this way across the country. I hate being that guy bitching about the weather, but it's bad. It really is bad. Watch your animals. My dog, I had to go out and rescue the dog. The feet were getting frozen. No dogs like to wear. You see all these videos with your dogs wearing the little footies. I don't know whose dog likes them damn things. Mine sure as heck don't. But you got to be careful. He was stuck and he was frozen. Not that he was out there long, but his feet, got real frozen. So, just be careful with your pets in this weather. It's ridiculous. Thank God I haven't lost power. But I call BS when it comes to the Hall of Fame. I really do. The Hall of Fame, what's going on is a joke. Now, listen, we could talk about New England and not liking them. I'm not rooting for New England in a Super Bowl. But what is egregious is egregious when it comes to the Hall of Fame. This all stems from Deion friggin' Sanders a few years ago bitching and moaning about too many people in the Hall of Fame. Literally. He said, every year there's too many. So what ends up happening is every year you're only getting 4 people in, right? And you're getting the first ballot absolute, like Drew Brees this year, right? You're going to get Drew Brees in this year. I'm not saying he don't deserve it. And I don't know what's going to happen, but if you're only telling me that they're only going to vote for 4, and then I guess you're, whatever they call it, the older people's list, I'm sure somebody's more eloquent than I that can remember the name of it.
You talk about posthumously?
No, but you know how they have like a category for people, like the older guys that
it's like a seniors list.
Seniors list, bingo.
Okay, I thought you meant ones that passed away.
No, but that goes to Jimmy Johnson's point, everybody. Again, whether you like New England, Deflategate, BS, again, this goes back a long time. I got into it with Marcus Blackman the other day. Love Marcus. Stop it with the cheating, because everybody was doing it. Everybody is doing it. Look in college; it's all over. If you can get an edge up, you're going to try. Now, I'm not saying I liked it, but the man is a first ballot Hall of Fame. He didn't change the rules. They just recently changed the rules. But okay, I'll be fine if he's not in. I just don't like he got these little bookworm people sitting in a room speaking for 8 hours, right? And I was listening to Shireen Williams, who covers the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys in the DFW early area. She's very good. I was going to show her clip, but I wanted to go a little bigger with Jimmy Johnson. She said they talked 8 hours for Bill Belichick, right? Not just him, but for everybody. And all these snakes in the grasses didn't say that they weren't voting for Bill Belichick. Again, I don't know what's the right solution, guys. Now, again, I'm not losing any sleep over this, but it's a talking point that the man should be in the Hall of Fame first ballot. If you're going to allow the coaches to be only 1 year, that's the new rule, that the coaches can wait a year, then he deserves it, okay? Just like Pete Rose deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. It's stupid. But getting back to the Deion Sanders thing, Deion Sanders is the one that opened up his mouth. Deion Sanders is the one that opened up his mouth. Sorry, I'm letting people in. And Deion Sanders, we could all blame for why maybe I'm hoping Darren Woodson gets in. And at this point, I guess I got to hope that Jason Witten doesn't. Darren Woodson belongs in it. Now, Jimmy Johnson already said he's not going to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony because of this BS. He's already said at the end of this little interview. My question to the people on the panel and the people in the chat, who's right here? I know nobody really cares, right? But I've been to the Hall of Fame. If you haven't been, you should go. It's very, very cool. It's very cool.
Well, I think the main reason that Bill Belichick didn't get in
What's up, Johnny?
is because of him dating this 20-year-old chick. I really do. Because, I mean, the guy has already created his legacy. 6 Super Bowl rings. I mean, he's been on a Super Bowl staff with Bill Parcells, defensive coordinator.
Got 8 Super Bowl rings.
Oh, yeah, make that 8.
8, yeah. Sorry.
You're saying it's a bad look for the NFL then, right?
I just think that, they're blackballing him because they're like, this legend is dating a chick young enough to be his granddaughter. And they kind of look at it as, whoa, that's just my opinion.
I don't doubt you. What's the matter? Wait.
Oh, just laughing because, dating a 20-year-old, but still, like, hey, I'm sitting there saying, like,
good for
you
him.
don't need. My
up,
thing
West
is,
Virginia?
you do not need to be voting for in the Hall of Fame committee if you have any hatred or animosity or bias toward a team or player. Period.
Thanks, brother.
Period. Point blank.
Yeah, and my question is, Deion Sanders came out a few years ago, running his mouth again, nothing but respect, right? Running his mouth about too many Hall of Famers, right? Going in. So what that's going to do, people, is stop guys from Darren Woodson from getting in. The Dallas Cowboys' all-time leading tackler, Thomas Garrett, Darren Woodson. Now, I'm hoping he gets in this year, but rumor is you have to meet the 80% threshold, which means there might only be 4 this year yet again. Because Deion Sanders and company were bitching that there's too many guys, what's happening is, Thomas, is every year you're going to have your, oh, my God, he deserves it, right? Oh, my God. So there's a world where Adam Vinatieri goes in and Darren Woodson doesn't. Because Adam, he set all kinds of records. I'm not saying, I don't think Adam should go in first ballot, but, if they're looking at it on a piece of paper and you got these bookworms who are obviously feeling butthurt from, some sort of way, right? Listen, I can't stand the Patriots. The man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. What he did was incredible.
Can I say
That's the
something?
bottom line.
I'll bring up Kenny Stabler. I don't know if y'all know, but he got held out of the Hall of Fame because a lot of people hated the Raiders. One of them guys on the Hall of Fame committee said, I won't vote for that piece of shit Kenny Stabler because I can't stand him and I can't stand the Raiders. You do not need to be on the committee. You don't need to be on the committee.
Bingo. Like
I got something for Jimbo. Jimbo was saying that he's not in because he cheated, but technically the NFL he's alleged. They never came out and said he cheated. They suspended Tom Brady for 4 games for not having enough air in the football, but they never came out and said that Bill Belichick cheated. Not saying he didn't, but if they felt that way, they would have,
let's just analyze that statement, what you said. Okay. These are the same people, right, that says playing baseball, right? You don't have to be an athlete. These frauds who have no clue what they're talking about. Arguably, one of the hardest things to do in life is to hit a baseball, right? That's arguably that in golf, but baseball is almost impossible, especially the higher you get up like first time I saw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, it was scary. It wasn't scary, but like the whole timing of everything, that's what separates the men from the boys, being able to hit go in. I could always hit a fastball. I don't care unless you're throwing triple digits. I could catch up to it. What I couldn't do is then change my mind to set up for an 85-mile-an-hour changeup or a curveball. I was effed, and that's what separates, right? But throwing a deflated ball a pound, 2-3 pounds below the weight limit. Okay, really? Is that what we're talking about here? When you're looking at the kickers and the team's able to have the footballs for a week, before the game, rubbing only God knows what into them and kicking a football, but yet we're not saying, the kickers have it easy.
I'll give you one, Brian. I'll give you one that happened to the Cowboys. What about this? Ain't cheating. Green Bay Packers during the Ice Bowl at halftime went to the damn shoe store. They opened up a shoe store. They switched the whole entire team's footwear out, and the Cowboys got fucked. You're not telling me that's not a little bit cheating right there?
Well, again, and the old adage, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I don't have a bone to pick necessarily other than what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Okay, so now we're going to have 4 guys, and we'll go over the list. Listen, we're going to talk everything. We're not just talking the Hall of Fame, but this is a hot topic for me. I'll probably be going to the Hall of Fame because I expect Darren Woodson to F and B in there this year. Okay?
Hey, Jimbo, to answer your question, yeah, they did lose a first-round pick, but you can't take away from, despite all the Brady being suspended and everything else, they still went to the Super Bowl that year. Despite all of that. They went on a 4-game win. With the games that Tom Brady was suspended, they went 4-0. So can't take that away.
Yeah. Again, I'm not a New England fan or a Bill Belichick fan. I'm just, but he deserves to be in.
Hey, Bri?
Yes.
Yeah, I came in a little late, so I kind of missed out what you started out with.
Well, I just played a video. You didn't miss hardly anything.
All right. Well, I assume that you guys talking about whether Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, without even saying anything, yes. I don't have to.
Well, they just changed the rule. I led it off by showing a video. They just changed the rule recently where the coaches don't have to wait that 5-year period, right? So okay.
Put them in. What's the issue?
Well, but this goes back to the Deion Sanders running his mouth saying that every year there was too many Hall of Famers going in. So what ends up happening every year, Vinny, is you get your guaranteed absolute guys, right? Like, like the no-brainer guys, like the Montanas, the Aikmans, all those guys. This year, we can get into the list, but Drew Brees is an absolute, right? Mm-hmm. But you're only going to get, because you need to have 80% of the vote, so you're only going to get probably 4 guys again. And then some guys off of, like Thomas said, off the senior list, which is not Darren Woodson yet. So I'm just very confused. There needs to be a better system. Rumor has it they're changing it after this year because the Hall of Fame has egg on their face. The all-time winningest. I mean, come on now. It's egregious, and I can't stand New England.
Yeah, and they should not limit how many guys go in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely not. But go ahead,
that makes
Thomas.
no sense.
Yeah, Brian, they said that Bill Polian played a role in Belichick not getting in.
Yeah, he's a dick. Then how's that?
Yeah.
How you like that? Daniel, any or Hallie first? Any thoughts on this?
It's like you said, they need a better system. They need to let so many younger ones that they're just having to wait a year go in. Let some older ones go in. It should be diverse, be a mix, and some that have passed away should be able to get in. And like they said, just not. If they're going to limit it to maybe three each or something like that, if they're going to do that. But otherwise, what difference does it make on the amount of people going in at a time?
Yeah.
Daniel, any thoughts?
I mean, for me, it's unfortunate that Bill Belichick did not get into the Hall of Fame because he's a first ballot, in my opinion. The way that he brought the Patriots all those Super Bowls through all those years, and again, I understand that that the Deflategate that 1 year that was bad. I'm not gonna lie, that was really really bad. But he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, regardless of what people say, because I still think that he's a Hall of Fame head coach, in my personal opinion.
Very interesting to me. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Let me grab the chat real fast, and we'll switch topics. I'm not here to just talk Hall of Fame, but that's a big topic for me. When I got Witten and Woodson, and then, again, I don't know. I'm not speaking for anybody here on the panel, but I would say I'd rather have Woodson in. Witten will get in. Witten can wait. He don't have to be first timer. I need Darren Woodson in the Hall of Fame. He literally is the all-time leading tackler in Cowboys history, people. Jimmy Johnson told you they could not have won the Super Bowls. It's funny. We hear this, well, Dallas had a great offensive line, so that's why they won all those Super Bowls. Yet there's only one Hall of Famer on that offensive line. As Eagles Drew likes to say, we're 30 years past that. So if the offensive line was so great, why is there only one Hall of Famer off of it? Right? I mean, this is where I'm getting at with the BS behind the scenes. Well, we can't have too many Cowboys in the Hall of Fame. Well, okay. Then shut up about Aikman having a great offensive line, or shut your mouth about Emmitt Smith, okay, not being a great running back because he had a great offensive line. There's only one Hall of Famer on that line, so the stats tell me it ain't great. Right? Right, Thomas? Am I wrong? You know what I'm getting at, right?
You're right.
I mean, come on now. Well, I mean, what are we talking about?
Maybe
here?
some people won't agree, but I mean, honestly, you could say honestly, Nate Newton put about as much work in as Larry Allen, and he's in the Hall of Fame on that offensive line there for quite some time.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a beast. Nate Newton was no pushover.
2-A is another one.
2-A, exactly. I mean, all I'm
Donald?
saying, you can't have it both ways, Loyal. You can't say, well, Emmett was overrated. Troy wasn't that great. We had Terrence Parsons on the podcast basically shitting all over Troy because he could, and we know that Troy could have went into a run and shoot or a K-gun offense and sliced and diced because if his accuracy was second to none, even after taking the brutal attack early on in his career that he took as an NFL quarterback, the beating that he took as an NFL quarterback. So interesting enough. I'm going to rattle off the finalists that, this was out a little bit, but it's leaking out now that it's starting to leak out that Eli Manning did not make it. Supposedly the guys know. Yeah. So let me just rattle off some of the names here. Let me rattle off some, and just know that they're only going to pick 4 probably, right? So let's just start with Will Anderson, okay? Now, he was an offensive lineman, right, Thomas, with the Cincinnati Bengals?
Out of the University of Georgia. I remember when he played in college.
I mean, he should probably be in it, but if he hasn't made it by now, and this is what I'm getting at, the Deion Sanders saying, oh, there's too many that go in every time. So then you go with, okay, Drew Brees. Well, Drew's getting in, everybody. Drew Brees is getting in. So that's one right there.
Yeah.
Jari Evans, okay? I would say no. just because I don't know much. I know he's an offensive lineman for the New Orleans Saints, but maybe he's good enough. But just knowing, I'm allowing the numbers to kind of cloud my mind. Jerry Evans, maybe not, right? Because only got 3 more spots, most likely. Larry Fitzgerald, I think we all agree he's a first ballot, right?
Oh yeah. He was in
right?
my era. He was in my era.
So that's 2. That's 2. There we go. Yep. Thanks, Dion. We're almost done. All right. Frank Gore. Now, again, I would not make him a first ballot, but he's literally, 3rd in all-time rushing or 4th, something like that. He did it longevity, but because of that, I would not make him that. But I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of clouding it with, I know we only got a couple spots left, right? Torrey Holt. Okay? Torrey Holt. Should he be in? Absolutely, but now?
I'm looking at these guys. Show me your rings. Show me your rings. That's what I'm looking at these guys.
Torrey's got a ring.
Show me the hardware. Darren Woodson got more hardware than every guy you named.
And I'm almost done. Luke Kuechly. I would say no. No, I would say no, right? Eli Manning leaked out. He didn't make it. Terrell Suggs. Thomas, you think he's getting in?
Mm-mm.
You don't think so? Okay.
Terrell Suggs is a Hall of Fame linebacker. I agree. I'm not saying he needs to get in first ballot. He is a Hall of Fame linebacker.
Right.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah. I'm just saying my mind tells me he should go right in. But my heart's saying, no. We only got a spot or 2 left. I can't put him in, right? Adam Vinatieri. You tell me he goes in first ballot, and I'm going to be annoyed over an actual football player. Sorry, Adam.
I think he goes in.
But he don't effing deserve to go in over
I
Darren
agree with
Woodson.
you, but
he'll
be deserving next year. Yeah, I agree with you.
He kicks a football.
I know, but probably one of the best kickers ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
In how many years that they've been playing? So he's probably one of the best.
He'll probably go in because of who he played.
Well, then he got 1 spot left. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it?
I know you're giving a kicker over. I get it.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's going to depend on who's doing the voting, too.
Well, I
That's
got
the
5 more
biggest
guys
thing.
to read, and 2 of them are Cowboys, okay? I got Reggie Wayne.
Solid player, yeah, really good player.
Solid player, Reggie Wayne.
He's in the mold of a Torrey Holt, right? I don't know.
I don't say first ballot, though, for them guys.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think first ballot. I think they're great players, but no Jerry Rice. I don't see no Jerry Rice there. I don't see T.O.'s in there.
Rhonda Lovely. What's up, Rhonda? How you doing? Your boyfriend's back Saturday night, Rhonda. Jimbo, do you think Spygate should be Belichick's plaque? Listen, that's a part of it. Let's not kid ourselves. What's up, Johnny U Vegas? How you doing, brother? Philly D, what's up? You got Kevin Williams. I love the player, but no. He's defensive lineman for the Vikings. Marshall Yanda, he was a offensive lineman. Yeah, big old lineman. And then 2 Cowboys, Jason Witten and Darren Woodson. So there's no way 2 Cowboys are getting in, so we can forget that. So
I think Woodson should be over Witten right now.
I agree with you.
Yeah, he's waited long enough.
Me too, Rhonda. Me too. We'll do a show Saturday night. But yeah, so very frustrating. I love Dion as a player, but sometimes you just talk too much, brother. I get it, but the Hall of Fame, we can't switch midway through because we don't. I just don't think it's fair. Guys slip through the cracks. You end up. Now you're going to go with a Breeze. To Vinny's point, I agree with you, Vinny, but I don't like it. You're going to go with an Adam Vinatieri, right? Okay. You're going to probably go with a Larry Fitzgerald. Those are 3 absolutes. They always bring in an offensive lineman. You tell me you're not going to have 1 offensive lineman? So they like to.
And Darren Woodson should be the 4th.
Darren Woodson should be the 4th. Over Torrey Holt, over Reggie Wayne.
Yeah. Over Terrell Suggs, too.
Over Terrell Suggs.
And not because he's a Cowboy.
So everybody hold their breath. Now, I know people don't really care. We do. But, I mean, Darren Woodson should be a Hall of Famer.
He's on like 2 all-decade teams. He leads the Cowboys in tackles. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion. You are a Hall of Famer. Like, that's Though that stats are ridiculous. Go look at the stats. He's got Barrick stat. He's got almost better stats in most categories than Reed, who played for Baltimore, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
And better than that, he's a Hall of Fame person, if that means anything. I know they don't care because, you got murderers that are winning the Hall of Fame. Sorry. You've had actual murderers in the Hall of Fame. But Darren Woodson, a great guy, will actually talk to you, won't poo-poo you. He actually has an office in the Star. When you go to the Star, if you ever see where that chandelier is, his office is right there. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. So Darren Woodson runs his business out of the Star, basically, or he used to. I assume he's still there. That was a couple years ago. But rooting for Darren, but I don't like how we got to put limitations. I like maybe put a cap, no more than 7. How about that? I don't know. Just come. He
should have went in before Lynch from Tampa Bay.
I believe the same thing. He should have been in before Lynch. Now, Brian Dawkins, we had that argument, but I love B-Dawk, and B-Dawk's stats were very good. He deserved to go in. But that doesn't mean Darren don't. You know what I mean? Darren won 3 Super Bowls. Darren was the leader of that defense. He put people in the right position to be successful. That's big.
He was the consummate pro.
Yeah. So Darren, you got my support, brother. I know you don't know who the heck I am, but Darren, we all, at least this, small group of people are in your corner. I hope to go shake your hand at the Hall of Fame, brother. You deserve it. One day. Hopefully it's this year.
Absolutely.
All right. That's my Hall of Fame rant. We could get into other business. We have some business around the NFL. Some of the jobs are being.
Brown's got a coach.
Todd Monken.
Yeah, Brown's have a coach.
Now, this is a plus minus, guys, because as soon as they hired Todd Monken, Jim Schwartz said his goodbyes. Yes, from what I'm hearing, Jim Schwartz is not happy. Interviewed for the job twice. Did not get the job. So if you're a Myles Garrett, this goes out to the Eagle people who want a trade. This goes out to whoever that thinks they can get Myles Garrett. Now's the time, because I can't imagine in any world Myles is happy. Now, Jim Schwartz is under contract. He is. But do you think Todd Monken is going to want Jim Schwartz on his staff when he knows that he's pissed that he didn't get the job? Anybody, it doesn't matter. Just get ahead.
I know I wouldn't.
I mean, if you're
internal employee at work.
I mean, if you're Jim Schwartz right now, you had the best opportunity to get the Browns head coaching job, and then all of a sudden the Browns do a 360 and they hire Todd Monken in a blink of an eye. You should be mad if I was Jim Schwartz. You should be.
Obviously, this league. Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
Obviously,
Jesse.
Obviously, this league's going for young talent. It's obvious.
Monken's not that young.
He's younger than Schwartz.
I don't know about that.
Todd Monken. Let's see here.
He's been around a long time too, though.
I don't know how old he is. But...
Yeah, I don't know either. But maybe
he was with the Browns back in 2019. He was on the Browns coaching staff in 2019.
What's so crazy about all of this is,
and the Ravens, right?
And the only 2 spots left are
how old is he anyway? But this has been the trend, though, if you noticed.
The only 2 spots left are the Raiders and the Cardinals.
59. Todd Monken, 59.
He's 59. Young, right, Jesse? Come on now.
I'm a year older than he is.
Giant fan. I'm playing.
What's so crazy about all of this is the players, they wanted Schwartz. They wanted Schwartz.
Yeah.
And they went to Haslam and told him.
Yeah.
We want Schwartz. And
yeah. That's crazy, right?
You don't even listen to your players. I mean.
There you go, Thomas. Bill Polian confirms with 100% certainty that he voted for Bill Belichick.
He's full of shit.
That
Uh,
whole
Because they
fucking
asked him
panel,
and he said, I don't remember.
yeah.
Is what I heard.
that whole panel should be hung.
Yeah,
Again.
Poland doing it just to protect his ass. That's
Yeah.
what he
That's
did.
it. You're right.
So
He's
He's afraid. He's
The
afraid of
only-
the mob.
Yeah, he's on the Hall of Fame voting committee. He's saying that just to protect his ass.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He did a Nixon. I can't recall.
The only two spots left are the Raiders and the Cardinals. And right now, the famous spot would probably be Arizona, but at the same time, the Arizona Cardinals interviewed Ron Rivera for their head coaching job. So I'm like,
Dirty
really?
Sanchez with the super chat. Dirty Sanchez says Howie Roseman wants the Jets job. Well, I brought that up earlier in the offseason. More to come on the Eagles. We got more Eagle talk on deck. Some shocking breaking news. Yes. Well, you know what? Let me read this, and then let's get into the rumor mill. I know, Dirty Sanchez. My Eagle people hate when I do rumors, but this is confirmed by Chat Sports. If you guys follow Chat Sports, it is what it is, and others, but I'll get to that in a second. So that's a little tease. But Dirty Sanchez with a super chat. Dan Sills says Howie Roseman wants the Jets job. I cannot confirm Big Sills with that. I cannot. So
Ooh.
I don't know. Listen, I made the comment to my Eagle people a couple months ago that it's only a matter of time before Howie wants to have full control, right?
I think Howie Roseman all
no Julian Lurie and analytics. He wants full control. And what better place than to go to the Jets where they haven't won in forever, right, Vinny?
Yeah, they'll let him do anything. They'll give him carte blanche.
What's that, Loyal? What's that, Loyal? What's that?
I said all hell would break loose if Howie Roseman left the Eagles. All hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me
I think
read
it's gonna happen.
let me read this statement real quick, and this is from just the Hall of Fame. This is Pro Football Talk. Pro Football Hall of Fame threatens removal of voters for violation of bylaws. And what does that mean? The Pro Football Hall of Fame understands and respects passionate reaction of many fans, media members, and enshrinees of the Hall of Fame itself in light of published reports regarding the voting results of the class of 2026. Then, listen, they all signed an NDA. Bill Belichick's people were so pissed. Of course they leaked it. There's only one way to get around this. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. It's a very passionate it's this very passion that propels the game. Hall of Fame respects the members of the selection committee when they follow the selection process bylaws. It is an honor to serve as a selector. Well, that's part of the problem, these selectors getting back. I just want to put a bow on this. Each year, the Hall of Fame reviews the selection process and the composition of the 50-person selection committee. If it's determined that any member violation the selection process bylaw, they understand actions will be taken. That could include the possibility that the selector would not remain on the board. Okay. The selection of a new class is the most important of the Hall of Fame. All right. Basically, Bill Polian, to your point, Bill Polian ain't going to say anything because they don't want to know what you voted for. Well, then don't talk about it, right? Shut your mouth and wait for it to come out. Like when we all supposed to know halftime of the Super Bowl, right?
So the Hall of Fame committee should be transparent. Whoever they vote for needs to be public knowledge, just like baseball.
What's up, John?
But you know
How
what
are
it
you?
is? You know what it is, though?
What's up,
Nowadays,
D?
people get scared.
Yeah.
Hey, Gay Time. Hey, everybody.
How you doing? El
D.
Yepa, what's up?
Hi,
bro?
D.
Hey,
D'Angelo,
D.
what's up?
Hi, Dick.
It ain't me spreading that, D'Angelo. This is what we do.
Well, the big heads are saying that.
Well, now I'll get to it. Okay, I'll get to it. I didn't hear about the Howie thing. I'm not here to contemplate that at all. I have no knowledge of Howie Roseman. I just said it makes sense at some point. What is confirmed to be being talked about is Vic Fangio is contemplating a retirement. Vic Fangio. Again.
Ooh.
Wait,
boy.
Didn't hear that one.
That's very, very.
Vic Fangio.
I heard that a few days ago.
That talk about out of left field.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Because they were talking about this big announcement Adam Schefter had for the Eagles next week, and he was thinking like either Vic Fangio retires, maybe Jeff Stoutland retires.
Well, I'm not. All I know is I've heard. Obviously, Fangio himself has come out and said that this is his last coaching stop. He's 67. I'm not saying he is, but they're talking about he's contemplating it, and the Eagles are aware. I don't expect him to retire, but the fact that you're talking about it means you're not for long. Which again, it'll be interesting because the whole Christian Parker situation. You're hearing more and more a lot of the Eagle players are being questioned, and they're saying, who's the next guy? And they were all saying, because I was more surprised at Christian Parker because I'm not around the team like that. But obviously, it's he was very highly regarded. So we'll see. That's an interesting one. You would hope that wouldn't happen. Now the Eagles
collapse at hand. Hell yeah!
I knew you would like it.
Yeah! I don't think Nick Sirianni's getting fired, though. I don't think.
How sweet it is.
Well,
next year he will. If he doesn't make it next year, he'll get canned.
Brian, if you think about it, that's the reason why a lot of the Philadelphia Eagle fans are pissed off right now because Christian Parker was the next man in line. He was the one that Vic Fangio was grooming to be the next.
That's facts there, Thomas. That's correct.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
People are pissed off here.
That's the reason why the Philadelphia Eagle fans are pissed right now.
Well,
they're wondering.
The ones that are in the know are a lot of them are kind of like me that didn't really know the impact that Christian Parker had. I know I didn't, and I don't listen. I don't know how he's going to call a defense either. I don't. So I'm not here saying how great he's going to be. I'm just saying apparently he was highly coveted. I would be pissed if I'm an Eagles front office if Vic Fangio walks out the door right now, because we had our guy in house, right? So stay tuned on that. I don't know. Maybe he coaches another year. The local guy, the Pennsylvania guy. Vic Fangio, this is his last stop. Hell of a coordinator. I'll tell you one thing. He owns Dallas's ass, right? He's had his success, his defenses against us. Not necessarily in Philly, but in general, right? He's had our.
I gotta admit, he owned us going back to.
Yeah.
If everybody remember, he was the defensive coordinator when Jim Harbaugh was the coach of San Francisco. He go back to San Francisco back in the early part of the 2000s.
Yeah.
This dude, he go back a long way.
Yeah. And he was the defensive coordinator for Denver as well.
Yeah, remember, and the head coach. And he's an example of, Dan, where sometimes a coordinator doesn't make necessarily a good head coach, right?
Right.
Reports are still out on Dan Quinn. Now, I get it. He got a team to the Super Bowl. So I'm not here to say Dan Quinn's not a good head coach, but is he a better coordinator? That's the question, right? Looks like Nick Sirianni's a better head coach than a coordinator because they don't want him nowhere near calling plays. Now, that's still on the table, but I expect Jim Bob Cooter, like I said, just to shift and just to stay with the Eagles for a little bit, and then we'll move back to Dallas and Christian Parker because I do want to talk about him. The Eagles, your thoughts on Jim Bob Cooter? I think that makes sense. I think it makes sense, right? Indianapolis guy, he has ties. I like him. I think he's one of the better candidates. I wish Rob Bay was on, but just to pick his brain because I know he's got to be annoyed at this point. At some point, listen, guys, you need to get.
The only thing I know of Jim Bob Cooter was a lot of people don't know this, but he was He was a quarterback for the University of Tennessee way back in the day, and he's an offensive guy. But other than anything else, I just remember him as a college quarterback at UT down here. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So again, Eagles got a lot going on right now. You know, and I was going to play some other clips. Basically, that was a nugget that was also thrown out there by Adam Schefter regarding Vic Fangio. So again, don't shoot the messenger. He may come back and coach because he would really leave the Eagles in a tough spot if he left now. So I kind of expect him to coach another year, but it's probably not much after that. But again, this is what's going on, guys. It's that time of year, but those are pretty reputable, right? I mean, Chat Sports. The Eagles guy, he actually covers the Niners now. I can't think of his name. But yeah, he's heard it, and now Adam Schefter has seconded it. So I don't know what's going on behind the walls of the NovaCare. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're pissed at how the season ended, and I'm sure they're trying to get their guy, the right guy and to Eagles Drew, I will say he was right, because what seems to be the issue is that you're coming into a no-win situation. Highest paid, arguably one of the most talented offenses in the league, right? So anything short of that, you're not. I mean, you're expected, right? You're expected to get to a Super Bowl. Am I wrong, guys and gals?
Yeah, it's objective.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's not a good spot for a coach to necessarily come in. If you're a young guy, do you want to risk your future on going in and not succeeding? You kind of stunt your growth. You would need an older guy, I would think, right? I think a perfect guy would be a guy like a Doug Peterson or a Frank Reich. That would kind of be the perfect guy. But I don't see it happening. So look for Jim Bob Cooter. That's kind of what I'm thinking of is a Jim Bob Cooter. But let's circle back to Christian Parker. Christian Parker, again, he got the Dallas Cowboy job. Stephen Jones has spoken, Daniel M. Stephen Jones has spoken. He was going on and on about the 9 candidates that they interviewed. They could have hired. They could have hired many options. They could have hired many options per Steven. But they went with him, and my guess is, everybody, is because he told them what they wanted to hear. Like Christian Parker. Basically, okay, you got Savone Ravel, you got Deron Bland, you got 3 studs on the defensive line, right? You have pieces. Again, it's not like you have no pieces. You got 3 top-notch defensive linemen. You have Deron Bland. My guess is Christian Parker said, I'm putting him back in a damn slot. That's my guess. Savon Ravel, anybody that looks at Savon Ravel knows he's a high-end corner who just needs to get healthy and get rid of the brace. Look for them to get another one this offseason, whether in the draft or free agency. Again, he was the one that spotted and wanted Mitchell and DeJean. So your thoughts on Stephen Jones saying they could have hired any number. Why do you think that is, Daniel? And then we'll go around the room. Why did they land on Christian Parker, do you think?
I think it was because that they needed some new blood into the organization. Is because we've been hiring retreads to be our coordinators for years and years and years, and Jerry has always said it's either his way or the highway. And now Stephen is trying to tell his dad, hey, your way is not working. We need to try to go to a different direction. And I feel like that with this hire, Christian Parker is going to bring in his own guys and be able to implement a new system that the players have never seen before. And they're going to try to work this through the offseason. But in order to do that, they have to get the right players in the right way, whether it's the free agency or in the draft. We have to be able to build that this offseason. And if we don't, then it's basically a failure from year one. That's what I believe.
Anybody else you want to chime in on this?
For me, the most important part of this offseason is going to be obviously building the defensive coaching staff and first wave free agency. That's what matters to me. Trading and first wave free agency. I'm not saying I don't care about our first 2 draft picks, but we're going to get better impact off our coaching, off some trades, which we may make for some veterans, and first wave free agency. That's where we're going to get better.
Yeah, and I was listening to Bobby Belt and a few others that were talking about that, and they were saying last year they kind of had a limit. Believe it or not, Kenneth Murray was their highest free agent acquisition, right? Or the highest guy that they got, and that was $7 million. In order to compete, okay, if you know, and this goes to Daniel's. We were talking about it the other day, and look for a linebacker, okay? Look for a linebacker. We'll see about Quincy Williams. I don't know where Christian Parker feels about, but one of 2 guys. One is going to be cheaper than the other, and I want to ask you guys your thoughts. Singleton from Denver, he will be cheaper, or who was that? Okay.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's my daughter's listening to the Beatles. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Well, we do.
Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Where the hell was I? No, yeah.
Yeah, I was just wanting to say I like the fact of Singleton. If they
Singleton
choose
is cheaper,
him,
he could probably get him for around that price. Whereas Nakobe Dean, that was the other thing that people were talking about. Nakobe Dean, he's going to cost you 14 or 15. Daniel,
Yeah, and
or
Brian,
whoever,
I've also been hearing trades maybe potentially with Pittsburgh.
Yes, the edge
Yeah,
rusher.
Herberg.
Yeah, Nate Herbig.
Yeah, I heard about him too.
Yeah, Nate Herbig. We'll see what they want for Nate Herbig. You would think that would be a natural trade partner with Big Mike at the helm, right? But after last year's trade, I don't know that they're going to want to do business with us. They may want a little get back, us to overpay for whoever we may go after. But let me just get a little more into Christian Parker.
Well, what if they want our 12th pick and you get one of their pass rushers and trade back to 21?
Nah, I'm not giving up 12.
High.
Yeah, that's not going to
No.
happening.
They have 3 ready to go pass rushers on that team.
Well, I ain't giving 12 for Herbig or Watt.
Yeah, I'm not giving 12 for Herbig. I'm sorry.
I'd rather give up 20 than the 12.
No, hold on. The trade is you're giving them 12. You're getting a pass rusher and their first pick this year.
I will only trade the number.
Where's their first pick at?
21.
Yeah, it's
to
not
exchange
bad.
You're getting 21 and you're getting one of their starting pass rushers.
All right.
And they're getting 12.
I didn't hear everything. I'm sorry, Walker.
Sorry.
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
That's
either.
what Fish was saying.
Anyway, and that's possible. I don't know. I'd have to dig into Nate Herbig. Again, we don't, we'll see. We really like some of the wrinkles that
he's rated number 8 in the league in pressures and pass rushing abilities.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't want him. All right, now you're going to make me look him up. Fuck Christian Parker. Now we're looking at Nate.
Nate take a look at him. He's a beast.
Okay, how far do they go to the playoffs with him and Watt? I don't know.
We need more sacks.
And Highsmith. They had 3 of them.
This is what we need.
Dan, we need starters that come in immediately
starter second sack too, Walker.
Yes, I hear what you're saying, but just because we draft guys in the first round don't mean they're going to do lick in the NFL.
Who are we talking
Well,
about?
like I say, Walker, like
One
I'm
at
saying,
a time.
I'm trying to get in here. Thank you.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying, let your guy cook. He's brand new. Let him get who he wants. Don't have Jerry Jones fall back. Let the Jones fall back. Let him get what he wants. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to find out. Okay, next. I don't know. What's the guy's name? He's so great. Does anybody know his name?
Herbig.
I need a whole name.
I don't know what the hell his first name is
Okay,
now.
he's that great, but we don't know his name. Nate Herbig is a guard.
He's not a guard.
Yes, he is.
No, well, that's not the guy we're talking about.
Okay.
Hold on.
So he's so
I
great.
looked him up. He's great. He's good. How's that? He's good. He's a player. He's definitely better than Singleton is.
Well, Singleton's a linebacker.
Nick Herbig.
Yeah.
Nick Herbig. Herbig.
Herbig.
Yes, it's Nick Herbig. He's a linebacker, according to this.
Okay, Nick Herbig, linebacker.
Yeah.
All right, he's okay. Why would they want to give up a 24-year-old linebacker?
No idea.
Because
they have three different they have a lot of pass rushers on their team and they need offense.
6'2", 240, out of Wisconsin. Well, he's a Wisconsin kid. Let's look at his stats this year. 7.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 1 INT. So what are we talking? What are we giving up? So what are you guys talking about giving up for him?
12, and you're getting their first pick. You're getting 21, and you're giving them 12, and you're getting 21.
You're
and your
taking
player
6 to 7 spots back. If that's way too much. Way too much.
For a starting thumper linebacker who's 24 years old, that to me that's unless Caleb Downs is there. Unless you're telling me Caleb Downs is at 12, but if he's not there,
right, so,
then trade back.
Okay, so you are out on the Singleton. Let's look at just for shits and giggles, Denver's.
Like, I understand y'all want, like, we can get pass rushers, guys. We need effing linebackers. Okay, I'm tired of joking around with linebackers. We've been doing this shit for too long, for a decade. I need linebackers.
Alex Singleton. Let's look at Alex Singleton. Okay, Alex Singleton, 6'2", 240. Same size as your guy, Nick Herbig. Okay, let's look. He's 31. Okay. He had 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. So you'll get him. He's probably the Timu version of him. Just to know that Christian Parker coached Singleton. And, the rumor is Nakobe Dean is rumored, but maybe Christian Parker doesn't want him for injury, reasons, right? So that's a possibility. I'm not saying he would say, I don't know, maybe he's on the table saying, we got to have Nakobe Dean, right? Maybe that's what he's saying. But I don't know. Alex Singleton, if I said this, you could get Alex Singleton and somebody else. What if I told you, Wade, you can get Alex Singleton and we get blown up and we give up number 12 for Max Crosby?
Oh.
So you could have Nick Herbig, right, and 2 first-round picks, or you get Max Crosby at 12, and let's say a corner at 20, right, a rookie corner at 20, or vice versa, or Max Crosby at 20, and you get a corner at 12, but then you would have to sweeten up the pot. You're going to have to sweeten up the pot anyway in future draft capital.
And I'm also looking at, here's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm looking at
are more. I mean, we're talking about bringing in DeMario Davis. He's 37 years old.
We may switch defenses up here. I think we may be going to 3-4. I think we may be going to more of a 3-4 scheme, and linebackers are going to be very important.
Right. Just throwing out some names. That's all. Again, you have to look at who we got and what are some names that make sense, right? Guys that Christian Parker knows the system, help with the transition to the system. Now, let's talk about the system, right? Wade, this is the system, right? You have the Brian Flores system that's very complicated. It's a system where you have to run all the way up to the line of scrimmage, right? And then on some calls, you have to have the safety turn around at the snap and sprint 30 yards back into his spot. Now, that's a little risky, right? Whereas Christian Parker's system, Wade, he plays a vanilla scheme pre-snap. There's none of that running around. But then every down is something special. You know what I mean? Something different. It's hard to get a beat on it. They're not going out of the way to go out of position, then get back into position. They're starting out in a traditional two-high vanilla look, and then at the snap of the ball, that's when the magic happens. You got guys going here, going there. I love the defense, but it requires players who understand the defense, correct? So that's all I would say. Look for somebody that Christian Parker knows for one of those linebacker spots. Oh, they brought up Overshown too, Steve, that Christian Parker loves Overshown as well.
Could also see them kicking the tires on maybe Bobby Wagner, but
that is not a bad thing. That's why that's kind of where I was going, right? I was kind of going, okay, I don't mind that type of trade, Wade. I don't. I'm not here to poo-poo it. I would be okay with it. I don't like giving up 12 because I have a feeling Parker wants to get himself a corner. Whether it's Downs, whether it's Delane, whether it's McCoy, whether it's what's his name, the brother of the Atlanta Terrell, Terrell. Well, I don't know, but you can get him at 20. But if they love Delane, let's just say they love Delane, right? Mansour Delane. That's it. Yeah. He's a bigger guy. He's got all the traits. Then you would think Christian Parker's going to want a corner there. You would just think, but we'll know more, Wade, when what hits free agency, right?
Yep.
You'll know more when.
We're going to know pretty quick.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go around the horn. Loyal. So what are you thinking so far, brother? As we are a week and a half away from the Super Bowl, what are you thinking, man, about this Cowboy team?
I see a lot of changes coming. I mean, I can see changes for the better. I'm excited. I'm excited about the draft. Hopefully we do some things in free agent, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Now they were talking about.
I haven't felt that way in a couple of years. Yeah. The last 2 years kind of been.
Well, they were talking about White Cotton, Loyal. They were like, "Well, how come White Cotton didn't come back?" White Cotton actually interviewed with Christian Parker. Then after the interview, Parker said, "Yeah, I think it's just better we go our separate ways." And it was kind of a mutual thing because Parker will go with Robert Saleh, who he coached under with the Jets, to Tennessee. Fresh start for him, and Christian Parker gets to get the guys he wants to fit what he wants to do, right? So again, Christian Parker has coached some hell of a talented football players. So I kind of like that he's not keeping Jerry's guys, or not Jerry's guys, but he's not keeping guys around just because or making him feel a certain way. No, he interviewed him for the job and said, listen, man, I think it's better that we go a certain way. Don't you respect that, Loyal, a little bit? That Parker is like, dude, I'll interview you, and still told him to get to stepping.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, if you want to cook, you got to have the right ingredients.
Jesse, your thoughts, man? And before we get to your squad.
You're going you guys are going in the right direction for the first time I've seen for years. So that young man, that young man's going to do something for you guys. But like I said, let him pick his people. That's all I can say about that. You're going somewhere.
Chris, you like that Christian Parker told White Cotton, thank you, but no thank you? Just make sure your headset's plugged in.
I agree with Jesse. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it is. That's fine. I was just messing with you.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what the hell's going on?
Did it again. Got him.
Don't do that to him. He's already punchy. Poor Chris.
I agree 100% with Jesse on that. We haven't done this for a while, but I think you need to let him bring his own guys in there. I mean, I like White Cotton, but I think,
Yeah.
I think a new reset is what you need.
Yeah, I agree. Who else? Hallie, what do you got?
Well, I was thinking, I really like it because last season they already had Eberflus already picked out before Shoddy was even hired as head coach, and so I'm glad they're letting Shoddy take the reins. He liked Parker, picked Parker, and then both of them with Parker on the lead about taking his, picking his defensive guys. Yeah, I really like that Jerry's what we see is step back and let them do the cooking because, like you said, he didn't know who Christian Parker even was.
Right. Right. Okay, here. Let's see here. I'm trying to find out some breaking news.
Rob A.
Yeah, he saw my signal, and he
The
came in.
sent out the bat signal.
Yeah, Missy Williams.
Oh wait,
The bird
I think
signal.
Matt
Bird signal.
Milano's a free agent. I'd
What's up,
like
Rob?
to get him
Brother Rob.
for a coverage letter.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, iPhone. How you doing?
Oh, Momo's here
Momo.
too.
Oh,
Hi,
One at a time.
Momo.
One at a time.
Oh,
people.
Momo.
Oh,
Hello.
what the? My bad.
Trey Hendrickson.
What about Trey Hendrickson?
I don't know. I just saw something come out on the report. It might have been Downey's thing that comes up on my phone.
Yeah.
Hendrickson was one of the people I guess we'd be looking at.
Yeah, and I'll pass on him. Listen, again, we'll see. I'm not,
I mean, you could probably sign Von Miller for way cheaper and probably get maybe the same amount of production.
I mean,
no way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I don't know about Hendrickson.
Trey still has double-digit sacks, and Vaughn is. I even forgot he even played for. Who did he play for? Buffalo this year.
I think
Washington. Washington. Yeah, he's in Washington.
Yeah, the Commandos. Yeah.
Commanders.
Yeah, see that. Yeah.
I got Vinny saying Commandos.
I love that.
But
that's what they should be.
How, Rob?
Vaughn had 8 sacks this season.
Yeah, go get Von Miller and the other dude from Buffalo.
I'd
What's up,
pass on
Oscar?
Miller.
How you doing, brother?
Glad we got
No
Rob.
face. What's up?
I'm just sitting there saying Von Miller did have 8 sacks, and you can get him for a quarter of the price probably of Hendricks.
Yeah, because Von Miller still has. He's good at third. I think if anybody gets him, any team gets him, they gonna get at least 7 sacks out of him.
I don't mind Vaughn as a final piece to a team, but not
Right,
where we're at, where we're 39th.
He'd have to be a
out of-
rotational piece.
Yeah.
I agree.
Of
Listen,
course,
we're
of course.
39th out of 32 teams on defense. You know what I'm saying? So
We can only go up.
Von Miller is a luxury on a team that is ready to go now. Now, we don't know. I mean, it doesn't take much, guys. It doesn't take much. I know people get all worked up. You saw this year, you can go from shitty to really good. Look at the Patriots, a 4-win team last year. Look at the Bears. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'll say it again. That's just a fact. So there's nothing anybody's going to say. We have no idea what they plan on doing. None. We do know they have pieces. We do know that their run defense went to top 5 after the trade. I know it's a small sample size, but I'm interested to see, how Christian Parker, who he's going to get to fill his staff. He's going to, I'm excited about that, but I'm not going to stand on and say we're going to be this because I don't know shit yet. But I like where the direction is going. Young, motivated, motivator. I like it. What's up, Momo? What's up, Rob? How you doing?
All right. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
I don't know if you
Answer me.
no. Oh, your opinion. Now I have my opinion. Why they did it.
no.
I don't know if you said anything. I'm just getting in here because I didn't see you earlier. What do you think that Belichick got snubbed like he did?
Well, you must have missed the beginning of our show. Rob A, answer that.
Man, some of these voters are just jealousy, angry, just
bullshit.
Deflategate, bullshit, garbage.
Yeah. And what I said, I'll continue to say this, that at the time when they said Belichick was cheating like that, I say he didn't. He was just doing what the league was doing. Although the league put a memo out and told everybody, stop spying and stop filming. Belichick and among other coaches, many coaches, they were still doing it. So Belichick just got caught. The reason he got caught because his own dude snitched on him. Magini snitched on him and told him, they said, hey man, you ain't gonna do that to me. He did. And Deflategate was even worse to me because they wasn't Deflategate wasn't even a game because they was only one up by 10-7 at halftime, and they put the balls at the regular PSI level, and it ended up blowing them in the second half. So he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, good. Let me read the super chat, and then we'll let Rob Egg, or whoever get in on this. If any team gets Von Miller, they should consider hypnotism so he can see the quarterback as a woman. That way he could go beat that ass, says 30 Cents. Bang.
Oh my god.
Anyway, sorry, Hallie, but super chat, I have to read it. All right, any thoughts? Anybody wants to get in here, just please hop in. I'm not, just as long as we don't talk over Daniel, Loyal, D, Wade. Anybody want in on this? Hallie?
I wanted to ask Rob what he thinks, because he wasn't here when we talked about it with Deion Sanders complaining about too many.
Well, that was a couple years ago. I brought that up, Hallie, just to give some context, Rob. I brought that up because Deion had come out, it was a little while ago, maybe a year and a half ago, whatever, basically saying there's too many Hall of Famers. And ever since then, they switched the rule to basically 80%. And long story short, there's only like 4 people. So what that does, like 4 people, modern era, are normally selected. And then what happens, Rob, is you get, oh my God, guys that get in first ballot. And then all the guys who should be in that haven't been able to get in and get pushed to the side continually. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Drew Brees is going to go in this year. Everybody on the panel thinks Adam Vinatieri, which sucks to me. But, I understand what they're saying, was probably going to get in. And a guy like whoever you like, Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, whoever you think is snubbed, it might get snubbed again because of the hypocrisy of some of these people, right? So your thoughts on it?
I'm afraid
I agree.
I'm just afraid that if it's one person that's a Cowboy that they do let in, it'll be Witten over him because he's an offensive player.
I would hope not, man.
Over who? Woodson or?
Well, yeah, Woodson needs to get in.
Yeah, Woodson's overdue.
I know he needs to be there.
I mean, I hate to have to do that to Witten, to Chris, but
you wait another year.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's another year for him? As
Eli, Eli got snubbed too. The Hall of Fame's all pissed that it's coming out. Well, then don't open your mouth.
Bunch of morons who they are.
Don't open your
The
mouth.
next Dallas Cowboy that should be going into the Hall of Fame is Darren Woodson over any current former Cowboy.
I even agree, and I'm a Giant fan. He deserves to be in there.
Momo.
I don't want to hear any Dallas Cowboy going in the Hall of Fame before Darren Woodson.
I can't believe Momo came in, and I actually agree with you with your first point. Belichick, I can't stand the Patriots. I will not be rooting for the Patriots. I can't stand Belichick, but he's an awesome football coach.
He is.
He's a Mount Rushmore. He's a Mount Rushmore.
He's a Mount Rushmore because he got Super Bowl with the New York Giants on that defense with
Lawrence Taylor.
Parcells, yeah.
He should get in just because he's dating a 20. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That was a joke, everybody.
He should have led the ballots because of that.
He should have what?
More street cred than any of them. So he should have been the first one they announced.
And,
yeah, right.
Pimp Daddy.
And what's the quarterback?
Yeah,
Jesse. I know you said, and you thought the offensive coordinator for Harbaugh boy, he was coming to the Giants.
I mean, Webb, Davis Webb.
No, Todd Monken.
Oh, Todd Monken. Yeah, he went. Okay, whatever. Todd. I looked into Davis Webb, but he ain't done too shabby.
No,
well, Monken's in Cleveland, right?
The head coach.
Yeah, he went to Cleveland.
He ain't gonna be there long. Why would you go there?
Yeah, but that's where people go to die. Careers go to die.
No, but
but you make a lot of money. The difference between the coordinator money and the head coach money is millions and millions. So I mean, it's a good financial decision
because it's
a bad career decision, but it's a good financial decision.
Yes.
Yep. If he wants to go there, he goes there. I mean,
he's 59 years old now, and he'd be 60 soon.
Monken going to Cleveland.
That's why he said, "My time is now."
There you go, sing it.
I mean, he's older, so I mean, to me, if it doesn't work out in Cleveland, he might be set up for life.
Yeah, Yeah, well, I don't know if you were. I'm sorry, I keep closing my door because it's freaking frigid. My dogs.
I know it.
My dogs can't get on the same page. I'm dog sitting my friend's dog who's on a plane to Florida right now, and I got 4 dogs here, and they all go out different times, so the door stays open. So anyway, I don't know what you guys talking about other than Jim Schwartz
Monken.
is.
I was talking about Monken.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz is pissed.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz is pissed. So Jim Schwartz basically told guys he's done. So
Yeah, he did.
I have a question. So what's going to happen with Jim Schwartz? Is he going to stay in the
Oh.
league, or is he going to retire?
Nah, he ain't retired. He's under contract, so he would need. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Monken, can bring. I would expect him to stay if he doesn't have any opportunities. Munkin may let him out of his contract. I don't know what jobs are still available, but let's get this real quick. Jim Leonard to the Bills. I'm hearing. Everybody hear the same thing?
Yeah.
I've also heard that the Chargers interviewed Jim Leonard as well.
A little. That's meant me a little, but so is life. What can you do?
For what? Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator?
Yes.
Defensive coordinator.
That ain't gonna help them.
Yeah, I saw it on that article.
Oh, I thought she was
a few hours ago. Early this morning, I mean.
Be patient, maybe stuff will come full circle for us.
Oh, it's a circus.
Hey, come on.
Well, I had a question. I had a question for Rob about this Christian Parker hire to the Cowboys. I mean, this is an interesting hire for Dallas. They must have saw something that we didn't see.
Well,
I wanted to know what your thoughts were on that, Rob.
Well, last time I was on Game Time's live stream before the hire, I think I was on there the day before you guys officially, hired him. It's a good hire for you guys.
You were on board with saying you hope this is why we talked about it when they were rumored to be in on him before they hired him, and I know you said you hope it would be a smart move, but you hope they don't do it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So my thing is that again, I don't know what this means, Rob. I mean, it's all that could go. Like people get carried away when we go, "Oh, we like to hire." What does that mean? Well, I don't know. He's never called a defense, right? At least at the pro level, we don't know how it's going to turn out. But I think they're doing the right thing. I like it. I think I don't want to get too whacked out, but the dude is a motivator. He's young. He relates to these players. We're just going to leave it at that. He is a perfect type of guy you want to run a sports franchise, right? Come on now, just look at the man. I mean, look what he's done.
He did great in Denver. He did great in
exactly.
Philly. Yeah.
It's easy to say Eagles, but he was doing it at other places too. I think Fangio unlocked something in him, and he's taken it to a different level. Now, he has since come out and said, well, I'm going to do a little bit thing. He's going to see what the real good ones do. They take what they want and add their own little flavor. You just can't, come out. Everybody can't be Mark Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take some pieces from Mark and then do your own thing.
Please don't. Just do your own thing.
Hey, speaking of Fangio,
there's nothing needed to take from Mark other of what
I
not
said that
to do.
because I knew Rob was in here, but
please don't take anything.
Can I ask Rob a question?
Well, he said that you
Mark.
do you, boo, whatever the shit that means. But
Christian Parker matters, says Rhonda. Yeah, I think Rhonda gets what I'm trying to say without saying it.
Robert, can I ask you a question?
Smart
Absolutely, brother. What's going on?
No, I was going to say they're talking about Fangio retiring. Did you hear something about that?
I didn't hear specifically him retiring. I just heard Shefty saying there's going to be a big, such and such next week. Honestly, I don't think he would retire now after the wave of defensive coordinators out there. I don't think he's that kind of guy.
No, I agree with that.
I think if he was going to do it, he would have done it after the Super Bowl. So just to do Philly a solid, I mean, for as many years as he's coached in the league, this is his first Super Bowl. So, I mean, he's got to be grateful for that, to Philly, for the organization. I don't think that it's anything to do with him retiring, because I just don't see him being. I think that's a classless move to do it now. Again, after the first wave of these coordinators going here, there, and everywhere, I think it's going to be either Lane Johnson retiring, or something of, maybe Brandon Graham retiring, but I don't see that being a big deal since he's already done it once.
Right.
But I think it's possibly Lane retiring. I don't think it's anything beyond that. I know that we're quick at moving off coaches like we did with Peterson, but we didn't move off that quick. We didn't move off just 1 year after the Super Bowl. It was a couple years later. So my point is, I don't think it's Sirianni either. I don't think they're going to fire Sirianni. I don't think Vic is retiring. I don't think it's any of that.
All right, that was the word that was going around that.
Okay.
It was brought to
he
you
was going to retire.
Adam Schefter and then Chat Sports.
Just throwing it out there.
Chase
That's
Senior, who actually covers the Bang Bang 49ers now, but he was, if anybody knows, he's a Philly guy. He said he heard, not saying he's retiring, that he's contemplating it. So, and then that's when.
Or maybe Stoutland retiring. I don't, maybe. I would hope not.
Well, they brought Fangio, and they're not saying necessarily now, but it's being talked about. So, and I don't know. Again, I'm not here to say absolutely.
No, it's just a question. That's all.
That's what we're doing here. I don't know how Dallas' defensive coordinator is going to do either.
Speaking of speculating, Jesse, I have a question for you, and you might like this. You laughing too hard there, fun boy. Jesse, so there's a rumor going out in free agency that the Giants is looking to get London Baum, I think that's how you pronounce his name, for the Ravens.
Yeah, that would be obviously an easy one.
That would be obvious there, Bumble, because considering the fact that the ex-head coach is cherry picking his team apart.
Tyler Linderbaum, that would be great.
Center. He's a good center.
Tyler Linderbaum would be great to the Giants.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised. I would like it. Because our O-line, we need O-line.
Probably going to happen.
Damn sure.
Yeah. That would be a smart
one. Washington need one, so he might go Washington.
You got Todd Monken that just got a job in Cleveland. Maybe they go. Maybe he goes, what's up, Drew? Maybe they go to, again. It makes a lot of sense, right? But again, that would be categorized as speculating. So that's what we're doing here, people. We're going off of rumors, what we're hearing. We're not saying none of it's happening. Everybody likes to get their panties in a bunch.
Do you think that big splash next week could be also us getting a new stadium?
Yeah, well, break the news if you know something. What do you know, man?
I don't. I mean, it's just hearsay, just like everything else is hearsay as far as Lane possibly retiring and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't hear Lane retiring. I did hear Schefter talking
heard it
about
last year, but he said last year he was talking about it. But
do you see Sirianni staying, Rob? Do you see him staying?
Yeah, he'll stay for at least one more year. I don't see them cutting bait after just 1 year removed from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Rob, I can see what you're saying because I remember you talking about they're wanting to do some kind of cover over what they have. It would make more sense for them to do a new stadium.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see a new stadium in Philly.
But
I only say that because of the taxpayers. They're not going for that shit. There's no way in hell they're doing that.
Well, they were going shit about the Sixers stadium.
Well, no, they're building a Sixers stadium.
Yeah.
It's going to be a joint stadium again, downtown between the Flyers and the Sixers.
Downtown.
It's stupid, but whatever. I don't mind staying at the stadium complex, but now with Philly Live, I don't know where you would put a new stadium while you have a stadium. It would have to be somewhere different. Just me. I don't know. If somebody knows something, that's cool. Just rumors and speculation, Oscar. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Some things have more weight than others when you're hearing Schefter and certain guys talk about Fangio possibly leaving. Then it's obviously a little more than just a rumor, but it's all it is at this point. For Eagles' sake, kind of hope he don't, because that would be horrible timing. And I think he would have I think he's classy enough to let them know by now what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
So I would expect another year of Vic. So, but we'll see. I would think Lane doesn't want to go out that way either. If I'm Lane Johnson, you don't want to go out that way, right?
You don't, but at the same time, I mean, he hasn't played a full season, I think, in 4 or 5 years now.
And injuries,
his body is breaking down, and after a while, you just have to listen to your body.
Yeah. Logan Motorsports says, Brian, I don't know. I feel like Sirianni will bye-bye. I don't know that he's long for this organization. it's all going to come back to, if they come back and get back to the Super Bowl next year, then he's back, baby. If not, and let's say it's another fate like this year, or maybe a little worse, something, God forbid. I'm not here to troll. I'm just throwing out scenarios. Let's say they don't make the playoffs, right? Let's just say that.
That's exactly right. What she just said is exactly right.
I'm not trying to be.
Because if we finish
people get upset,
third in
I'm
the
not trying to be that
division,
way. Yeah.
And we lose the locker room, or he loses the locker room,
and it doesn't take much. It's not
then
Philly.
it
It's any NFL organization. If you go from a Super
we
Bowl
just won
to
at least the NFC East. There's no way in hell they're going to fire him.
No, not this
winning
year.
a Super Bowl last. We're still technically the champs.
Only Dallas does that.
That would be crazy. If
Only
they
Dallas
did.
moves on
we
from
won
their
the
head coach.
division this year.
that would be a
and made the
classless
playoffs.
move to do that.
I don't
It'd
know.
be silly for them to get rid of Sirianni.
Yeah, I agree.
The other thing
very
that I've
silly.
heard, though, Rob, is that the Cowboys are supposed to be interviewing Ronell Williams. He's the assistant linebackers coach from the Eagles, because he has ties with Christian Parker. I don't know what your thoughts on that was.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the
Ronell
chat.
Williams, Eagles.
Ronell Williams.
Yeah.
Ronell Williams.
He's had
the assistant
multiple.
linebacker.
He's had multiple roles with the Eagles. One being linebackers coach, and he coached, I want to say, DBs or something to that effect as well. But anyway, go ahead.
Like that.
Yeah, I heard about that interview. Right after when Christian was hired. Heard about the hire, haven't heard nothing since.
Yeah, I don't think that would have let Christian out of Philly if Fangio was retiring. Honest, I mean, I just don't. That doesn't make any sense. That is Vic, retiring.
Right.
Yes, I mean, I don't know if this is true, with the speculation that the ex-kicker for the Baltimore Ravens is looking to sign with a team. I know he's looking to sign a team. Some teams are interested in signing him.
Why has he been cleared from his charges?
Yeah, he's cleared.
He's cleared.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Justin Tucker.
Tucker.
He's cleared.
And the Giants
He
are
lost
available
it.
for a kicker.
Oh, gosh.
Jesse, there's your kicker right there.
But although what he did was
It might be
horrible.
the Eagles kicker the way he ended up.
But
he needs to go.
a
He
good
needs to
kicker.
go.
Yep.
Elliott needs to get his ass out of there.
Elliott.
They should have got
You
rid of
talking
him
about
when they got rid of
bipolar?
Tulo.
Elliott's the
God
bipolar.
dang.
I never seen a
So
guy who
bipolar.
I mean, he's awesome one minute, next minute he's shanking. It's just like he's starting to go. You know, he's pulling a Chris Bonio, right? Went from
Right.
great
He's got
to
he's got young he's got young Kuwaitis.
young Buku. He starts. I think he just needs glasses. He was kicking the turf before the ball.
Oh, so now he's Wild Thing Vaughn. He just needs some glasses.
Yeah, Wild Thing Vaughn. Yeah.
Rob,
Wild Thing. He needs Wild Thing.
He needs
do you
some.
see
Give him
AJ
an
Bean
intro
gone?
when he comes out to kick.
Yeah, maybe that's it. How
Maybe
AJ is right now
not to
skipping a
be funny,
generation.
Jesse. Maybe the kicker who kicked the turf for y'all guys and then touched the ball. Maybe he got the same massage therapist is that the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns had.
He's got a bad washy-washy moment. He's got a bad washy-washy.
What does that
Rob,
even
do you
mean?
see AJ being gone?
No, too much cap hit. And
What the hell does that mean?
I think Howie's been consistent with his message. He's like, we don't get rid of good players. And if we do get rid of him, it's because it's an offer that we really just can't refuse. And I don't see that. I don't. I mean, if someone offered a first and a second or something like that, then hell yeah, let's ship him out. You know, I would. But if it's not something like that, I don't see them getting rid of him.
I don't know, man. But we'll see. I don't know. Again, they're gonna have to bring in an OC that he's on board with. If that's the case, and they want him that bad, with all the BS that was going on at the end of the year, then you would think they would go to AJ and say, okay, who would you be happy with?
Hey, Rob.
I agree.
Not to pile on again, but it seems to be everything's talking about the Eagles. Brian was saying about, I think it was him that was saying about Howie Roseman wants to run his own ship.
No, I brought that up.
Was that you?
I brought it up a while back, just
talking
saying.
about the Jets.
But somebody else brought up tonight about the Jets.
I don't know. I just spitballing.
Well, we talked about it. At some point, he's going to run his own operation.
What do you think about that?
And they're grooming his son.
Silly, but maybe not.
If he leaves,
Yeah,
I honestly do. I still think, and maybe I'm biased for saying it, but I still think he is the best GM in the league. And if we lose him to the Jets, because that's been rumored as well, they're going to have to offer him. They're going to offer him some ownership, like a 5% ownership or something like that.
Oh wow! Okay, I got you.
In order for him to go, I mean,
leave.
if I was Lurie, I would put a padlock on his office door and not let him out.
I got you.
Better yet, Rob, go get some chains and lock that door of his.
Yeah,
Rob,
to pile on.
Hey, Rob, R. Kelly's ass. Put him in the closet.
Closet, keep his ass there, man.
Yeah, speaking of
tie him up
players,
to a chair, or Rob, or better yet, as the old days always say, tie him up in a chair and lock the doors.
Absolutely, man. He compensates for Sirianni's silliness sometimes. You know, if it wouldn't be for Howie going out and getting the talent, Sirianni would have never been where he was at. I mean, that's my opinion.
Just a question. That's all. It's just asking.
So I know my Washington football team, Payne is a free agent, and I think with the signing of the new defensive coordinator for Washington, he will re-sign with Washington. I believe he was out the door, but now because we got this defensive coordinator,
Durante Jones.
Durante Jones,
He came
because
from
remember
Minnesota, right?
the Cowboys wanted him too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
There was 1 and 2. There was neck and neck. So we'll see.
Yeah, again, it's going to be interesting because Washington, one thing we know is they're going to be loaded for Bear and free agency, even though I think they need to focus, they need to hit on their drafts. That's where you win in the league. It's no surprise.
They only got 5 picks this draft.
Wade's gone. So, Loyal, you there? Are you awake, brother?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
We just got to check in on them every now and again.
That? They only got 5 picks. Washington only got 5 picks coming up.
You only had 5 last year. That's a problem. So
only got 5 picks.
So you're going to have to go out and spend.
Free agent.
Yeah, you're going to have to. That's the one thing I liked about. They asked Stephen Jones. They were talking to him, and they were kind of threw that question out. And Christian Parker. Obviously, when you come in and interview for a job, you have to lay it out. You have to lay it out. You have to explain your vision of how you want the defense and what your plan is, just as much as what's the plan with the existing players for the Dallas Cowboys. Quinnen Williams, Clark, Osa, Bland, Ravel, Ezeraku, Overshown, so that's the core for Dallas on defense. So
I'm excited.
You're excited?
See, that's why I disagree
I'm excited for Washington because next year there's going to be so many new players on that team because we have 35 free agents on our team.
How many are you going to bring back, Momo?
Well, I don't think half of them coming back. I believe maybe 20.
Well, you got to get younger, Momo. If you're going to go out and spend a free agency, you got to get younger.
We going younger, and y'all think I'm a fool this year? Wait till next year.
You better invest in their offensive line because your quarterback he's a little guy and he can't afford to be getting hit like that.
No, Jaden Daniels is a pocket quarterback. Why do I get this thing? He's been a pocket quarterback since high school. So he was trying to do too much last year because they had 5. He learned he'll be better. He was never in a sophomore slump. CJ Stroud is in a sophomore slump.
It just happened to be a sophomore year that he was in a slump.
Yes, a slump is
coincidence, right?
NFL. Let me explain to you.
Explain yourself.
Explain myself.
Explain.
I'm going to say this quickly, decisively. The NFL, a slump. The NFL only has so many games. So how can you tell me a slump is 17 games? That's enough time, enough games to be in a slump. For one,
he was in a slump, dude.
No, he was never in the slump.
Yeah, he was.
Now, if you tell me for 2 years and he put up numbers like this and hurting on 2 years, yes, he's in the slump. CJ Stroud, he's in the slump.
CJ just needs to learn how to take care of that damn ball.
He wasn't doing what he's supposed to have done. He was in a slump, man. Let it go.
I beg to differ. Thank you very much. May Buddha bless you.
It's over.
Momo, y'all had one good year, and you act like all the
And y'all had several good years. Look what it got you.
y'all had a
The
fluke.
only one
Okay,
good
what did
year
it get
you
you?
had, Momo, the only one good year you had was
I'm just curious. I'm
Y'all had a
curious.
fluke
Y'all had
year.
30. Y'all always talking about America's team. America's about winning and triumphing over the good and bad and indifference.
So
America's
why
about winning. Well, America ain't about losing. America ain't about not guaranteeing your goals
You're
that you want to
crazy.
achieve in life. So stop talking about America's team. America's team is who? New England Patriots.
No, it
No,
ain't
they're
England.
No, because they had 12.
Now he's a Patriots fan now,
They were
right?
the 12th
Whether we're
time
good or
they in
not,
the
we're
Super
One at a
still
Bowl.
America's
time.
I'm
team.
sorry. They
Come
are
on, one at
America's
a
team.
time.
I think
Thank
that's
you.
relevant anymore.
Momo, so if we're good or not, we're still America's team.
No. That's a cliche you want to live on because you've been
No, but
brainwashed.
that's what they call them, like the
I'm sorry.
perfect
That's
I'm
the
people
cutting
nickname
the
they
leaders,
cord.
gave us.
Let me
monsters
cut
of
the
the
bunch of
midway.
the cord
You'll never
so you
change
can float
that.
away because you
That's
suck
a
in that
nickname the
in that belly
NFL
of the
gave us.
beast, and the liquid
Yeah,
and the
we didn't
vials
name
is
us.
soaking your brain up and
We
Just
choking
like they
your.
call you
we
guys the
didn't
Hall.
name us.
They call us America's
Oh
team.
my God! Nobody
Nickname,
called y'all
nothing to do
America's
with that.
team.
All right.
Yes.
Nobody
So
said
what are
that.
we getting into this shit again? Rob, you're
I know, but I got
finish
you
your
know,
thought.
Brian,
What
I
were
got
you
this
saying? You were
word.
about
They
ready to
get
say
awkward
something when
every
they
time.
cut you off.
Sorry.
Do you remember? It's been so long.
Man, I don't even remember. I'm
All
just
right.
laughing at the
damn.
chat. The chat is
Join
just
the
cracking
club.
me up.
Yeah. Joe
Bruce is
DeMasi,
a
what's
fool.
up?
Bruce
Hey,
is a
new
fool.
Momo Candy
Yeah.
Jr.
They interview Will McClay. He's the
I seen that.
yeah, I like Will. Again, you know, he's not perfect, okay? But he normally does a good job in the draft. Dallas is very good when it comes to drafting. They've had some down years, so we can't act like they're perfect. Nobody's perfect, but they need to get back to hitting. It's when I think when they get in trouble is when they have to draft for need, right?
Yeah,
Instead of addressing in free agency.
Well,
But
that's where you went wrong with Mozzie and that.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
reaching.
Exactly. And we've done it multiple times. Yes.
Brian, I'm just curious about something.
Yes.
And so when I seen the little interview they was doing, is this just a impromptu interview or questionnaire? Because it seemed like that's the second time I've seen he's standing there and like you see people in the background.
Yeah, they're
Are
in.
those
They're
are
at
those
the.
offices or is
Yeah,
that
they're
just
at the
something?
Senior Bowl. I think. I don't know if that's the Star. It may be the Star. I'm not positive where that was. Do you know, Thomas?
Got to start last night.
Yeah, the Star. It's back row. It's like the back.
Shrine Bowl.
The Shrine Bowl, East West Shrine Bowl, which is at the Ford Center, correct?
Yep.
That's in Dallas. That's in Dallas.
Yeah,
That's what they have.
yeah. But basically, what I'm getting at is they asked him about Christian Parker. Okay. He goes, number one, everybody you talked to, nobody said anything negative about him. He's when we got a chance to meet and talk to him, he's wise beyond his years. Number one, so that's good. Again. You just got to, you guys need to understand, or people need to understand that he's going to be working hand in hand with Will McClay, who's the director of scouting. That's, so that was good. He basically said, the way Christian puts things together, the way he talks about the defense, his awareness of the front and back end, excited to work with him, yada, yada, yada. He's talked about some of the young guys. He did talk about Siobhan Ravel, the ability and what he sees, some of the things that he can help him with, which is nice, and young players and making them better. He goes, Deron Bland and our safeties. So he's got a vision for those guys. Parker's past the track record for developing young corners told McClay and the Cowboys a lot about what kind of coach he's been. Obviously, Kenyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, the rest. So, again, the exhaustive search that Shoddy's done and all of us having a piece in it, which is what, he's trying to say that they did a long search. We're going to sit around and talk about what we think. It's a whole process, and free agency and the draft are a part of that process. So it's kind of vanilla stuff, but they did interview 9 guys, and my guess, Rob and everybody, is that those players that I outlined, we're talking Overshown, okay, an injured player, right? So Bland, he's been an injured player as of late. Obviously, Young as Araku, Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark. There's about 6 guys, and Ravel, obviously, basically going into his rookie year. He coming off the knee injury. He played sparingly with a knee brace. Can't do that in the NFL at the corner positions. So about 6 guys are like, you can pretty much guarantee are coming back. Everybody else. So we'll see. I mean, free agency happens before the draft, everybody. So that's why they picked them. They probably liked what they heard. I like the defense. How could you not like what the Eagles do? They don't show you a lot. They don't give up a lot in the passing game. He was integral in bringing in Mitchell and DeJean. Matter of fact, just a funny story. He was the one that was pushed. Now Mitchell was kind of overwhelming. I mean, he was the obvious guy, right? They wanted him. Howie was trying to move up for Mitchell. I was at the draft saying Mitchell out of Toledo. Mitchell, he's the number 1 corner. Howie could not make a deal to trade up, only to have his guy fall to him. But funny enough, Cooper DeJean, how Christian Parker had to pump him up to the organization. That was the one that was impressive because we were like, he's like, no, give me Cooper DeJean. Give me Cooper DeJean. And arguably the best slot corner in the league right now. So
he's first team All Pro.
You know, so that's pretty good. A talent evaluation. Anybody, Rob, me, we could have picked Mitchell. We saw it. But a Cooper DeJean where, okay, he's athletic. Is he going to translate? He's a white guy. Sorry, but that's true. Is that going to work? And Christian Parker said, yeah, it's going to work. And so far, so good with, I think he has a role. I don't know that he should be on the outside very much, but as a nickel guy or as a slot guy, right, Rob? I think he's arguably one of the better ones in the league, right?
Well, not only is he one of the better ones in the league, but the kid is a sure tackler. I mean, DeJean does not. He's a sure tackler, and I love that about him. Is the dude he's solid, and I wasn't aware that Parker had that much influence in the in the draft room to sit there and be receptive enough for Howie to take that leap to not only draft him but to trade up to for Washington's pick to get him. So, I mean, kudos to Parker. He was the one who pushed for us to get DeJean because that just clearly makes Howie look better and just helps us with our
So that means
our roster.
I mean, at 12, awesome. If there's a corner that he likes, or if you got to know he loves downs. But if there's a corner that he likes, and I don't know that there is. I know there's corners, but I don't know if he likes them. If he likes them, he's going to push for it. Maybe there's guys later, but we don't have a 2nd or a 3rd round pick. So stay tuned on that. No face. Bruce is a cool guy. LOL. Logan, I'm chilling. Johnny, Cooper DeJean has the best play in Eagles history in the Super Bowl. There you go. What's up?
I just want to say this. I think as fans, we get oversaturated, overworked in our mindset, thinking that the first round players that come there is going to be good. Your better players do not come in the first round. Your star players come down later in rounds. The first players, there are more busts in the first round. Only 30% become stars in the first round.
Right.
They just do. And we got this thing. He's number 1. Oh, we got number. Don't look at number 1 pick because a lot of times the players get dropped. They start dropping for whatever reason. Because sometimes these scouts get it wrong. So you never know a person's desire.
Well, beyond that, you're right. But also, it's why are they picking so high? It's because it's a shitty team, possibly shitty. And they're ran shitty as well. I mean, look at Darnold, for example. Look at what he's doing in Seattle. Once they got some competent coaches to develop him to what he is. So I mean, God, the Jets, got to feel dumb, for being where they're at, or Cleveland to be dumb where Mayfield, just was shipped out like if he was garbage, and he goes down to Tampa and he's a better quarterback. So That's a problem with when you pick so high. You pick so high because you're just, especially consistently picking so high, you're just a bad ran organization.
Actually, the draft is nothing but a roll of the dice. You don't know who you're going to get and how they could be great in one level of football, which is college. They come here and there may be a deer in the headlights. They might not understand how to read plays and do this. It's complex because every team have complex situation plays or playbooks. Some people
that's why coaching matters, though. Is that
yes, of course,
they show all this promise and.
You just took the words out of my mouth because I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah, coaching does matters, but then there's also it's up to the player to understand how they've been coached up too.
Well, sometimes it's not all about schemes anyway, guys. You got to mix it in between the basics and the schemes. You know what I mean? You just can't do one thing or the other. You got to mix it up.
The one thing I like though about Christian Parker though, Rob, is that he's a teacher and a motivator, like Game Time said. But I think he's also going to take a guy like Savone Revel, who is young, and I think he's going to say, "Hey, well, I'm going to get you fixed right, and we're going to be able to coach you the way you're supposed to be coached."
Absolutely, yeah.
I think Revel anyway. Would be the perfect candidate. He'd be the perfect candidate because remember, he did the same thing with Cooper DeJean. Look what Cooper DeJean did, and Quinyon Mitchell did. They turned out to be all-pro players.
Well, I tip my hat off to Howie for getting Mitchell, but I'm glad that Detroit missed and went with Arnold instead of Mitchell because Mitchell's been the better of the two, coming out of college. And for Mitchell to come out from a smaller school, a lot of people didn't like that pick, but damn, the kid's really paid off. So, but coaching matters, man. I mean, it really does. And
that's what I said.
Parker has a lot to do with their development. And Cooper DeJean said that, the other day. He said, he taught me a lot, and I wouldn't be the player I am if it wouldn't have been for Parker. And and I know that. I said that the other day on Game Time's live stream is that Parker's good. I don't know how he's going to be as a play caller, but I know he's a good
we don't
coach.
know.
Yeah, I mean, he could coach and develop. I think he'll get buy-in from your players. I just don't know if he's ready to call plays yet. I mean, the situational football matters, and he's got to know what to dial up at the right time. You would think he'll be okay
at it. You would think he would be good, but until you see it, you don't know. So we
exactly.
can't,
And Jesse, can I say something to you? That's why I felt like when I got cut from that college team third game, I had bad coaching. I had a bad coach,
There you go.
So if I would have been developed, I would have been the star of a football team in my lifetime.
So, that's everybody can have their dream. But like I said, my coach now, Harbaugh, he's looking for people not only that he knows that can teach players, not just give them a slack, teach them.
Could you imagine me at a press conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be turning it up.
Oh God! Everybody passed out. Everybody passed out.
Oh no! I'm just. When I heard the news that Monken was gone, I had to say, man, I wonder how Jesse's feeling.
JoJo.
What? Super chat.
I
read it.
I thought about you, Jesse. I did. I said, man,
it's all right. I'll take that. Look, I'll take Davis. What's his face? Because first of all,
Davis Webb.
I'll take him for the fact that I just looked at his background. He's a coach. He was a quarterback coach. He coached Bo Nix. He's been on the Giants. He was a quarterback on the Giants. And why not? Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Dirty Sanchez with the super chat. Game Time. Just curious because I forgot what team's defense lost a 21-point lead to the Cowboys this past year. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys win without Barry 2 years after Jimmy without Barry.
I remember when he played college football at Cal Berkeley.
So who's going to watch the East West game in this
when is it? Sunday? Saturday?
Oh yeah,
it's Saturday.
I'll be watching.
So you're actually going to watch it?
No, I'm watching wrestling Saturday.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
I've already got my Super Bowl pick in.
I'll watch the highlights, man.
Yeah, but I just Dane, like I said, I said to you and many others.
I'll let the Italian evaluators tell me.
I haven't watched Super Bowl in 10 years. I really haven't.
I love watching the
Oh,
Eagles.
here we
Commercials
go
are
again.
great.
I had to deal with you and your rant, and I got to deal with
Well,
this again.
No, I just not around. So
I'll
I'm
turn
just
it
saying I
on,
don't
but
watch.
I'm not going to lock in on it. I'll have
That's
it
why.
on. I'll have it on. Of course I will, but I won't lock in. Then we got UFC 325 Saturday night
Is
on
that
Paramount Plus.
on Paramount Plus?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll be on there.
So, but anyway, I got to get up at 4:45. I just wanted to do, wasn't it? I did text the, some people said, "Do you want to do a live stream?" There are some things to talk about. We touched on, Rob. We started off with the Hall of Fame. It's just very annoying. Again, I can't stand Bill Belichick as a, what he's turned into.
He's a diggy, but he deserves to be in.
He deserves to be in. So again, Dion, I wish Dion would just zip it. He came out and said that there's too many people getting into the Hall of Fame. So what ends up happening is you just get the slam dunk guys, and then everybody else who should. There's a lot of people that should be in that aren't going to get in now. They're going to switch it. I'm sure they will. But that's what we started off for the first half hour.
But the NBA is like that too now.
What's Dion talking about? His son slipped in the Pro Bowl.
What is your take game time on Philly not, hiring an offensive coordinator? Because I saw that you're on Mark's channel for a couple the other night, and
I
just want to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I like the. He asked me to come. I saw it late.
Yeah,
it looks like Jim Bob Cooter. I said for 3 weeks now that I think he would be a good pick. They're going to get somebody, but I think Drew's right. I think it's a high. I think the issue is that
Joe.
I think the issue is when it comes to the Eagles is it's a no-win right now, no-win situation, because if you're expected to go there and win, right? And if you can't, it's gonna stunt your growth, so to speak. Kellen came in, won, got right out, and as the head coach, it's the most expensive offense in the league, quote unquote, the most talented. You're expected to come in here. Not everybody can handle that. I don't know what's going on. It's a lot of speculation why guys are backing out. I don't know. It's just fun to talk about, but I don't think anybody really knows unless you're in that building, Rob. Right? We don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. What I picked up from the other night, like when I was watching you guys, is that Mark's like really hell bent of thinking that that the Eagles are in shamble. And this is the thing: it's hard to sustain a run. It's hard to keep that window open.
No,
it's hard. I mean, being realistic, it's hard to just have expectations of being in the Super Bowl every year. But unfortunately, that's just where we're at. But one thing that I will say is that how I feel about it is a lot of it's hearsay. We don't know what's going to happen with AJ. We don't know what's going to happen with Lane or anything like that. It's a lot of it is hearsay, and how I feel about it is take your time on getting the coach. Just pick the right one. You just get it right.
We won one Super Bowl with Dion, Leo. He came in under Switzer, brother.
So
that was it.
We'll see what happens. Who knows?
My opinion about
same thing
Dion.
like with Parker's that we don't know if Parker's going to be a good play caller or not. He's a good coach. We'll see. But there's just a lot of unknowns. It's still early. It's fun to talk about. I don't mind talking about it. I think it makes for good conversation. But shit, I hope just whoever we get it right.
Just like
all I just got to say about the Dion saga is, man, you're in Canton. I saw your bus a year and a half ago.
Well, basically, his mouth is who's keeping Darren Woodson out of it.
I know, you're in Canton. Shut the fuck up.
That's all. That's all we're asking.
You're talking about prime time, right?
Yeah.
Thomas, you're talking about prime time. When does he ever shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Why does that matter?
Who knows
Why
that better than me? I live in Colorado. Who knows
Jerry
that better
got
than me?
Dion,
I live in Colorado.
not Barry, Leo. Jerry got Dion.
But why is there so much credence into what he says about how many people should be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, he got it. He
you know what I'm saying?
He carries a lot of weight. Whatever he said at the time, it started to gain. All right, fine, But now you're looking at the ramifications of limiting. Is that you are only getting you'll probably get Adam Vinatieri. You'll probably get an offensive tackle. You'll get Drew Brees. Hopefully you get Darren Woodson, but good luck.
So there's only 4 people that can go in?
No, but
is that what it is?
It'll be 4 modern day, most likely, just based on you need to have like 80% of the vote. Just how the numbers, it's been about 4 modern day, then they'll add a senior. That's what it's been. So we got Reggie Wayne, you got Larry Fitzgerald's going in first ballot.
They're all worthy of it, but
Torrey
just
Holt. I'm just saying that's why you're seeing it rather than having just,
I get it.
The idea is to have great players in the Hall of Fame.
No matter how many it is.
You've already opened up.
Worms.
You've already opened up. So anyway, but that's it.
All right.
It was a good show. Thank you, everybody. I got to get up very early in the morning.
Get some rest.
Great.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, Game Time. Great show.
Thank you. I had fun.
Love you guys. Have a good night,
Everybody.
fam.
See you,
Yeah, it was
everybody.
fun.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
All right. Love you guys. Go.
Love you too.
All right, guys.